Now then, you beautiful people, hope you're doing good. We are back at the bathroom and the plaster has been... What's going on there? So, Tim, I don't think you've ever met Tim. Tim is the tallest plaster you've ever seen in your life. And he tripped over my pipes, fell into the new dotted walls and dented the middle of them, basically. So he just had to put a skimmer bonding up there just to flatten that wall back off. It's not a drama, it's getting tiled, it's nice and flat, level and all that. Don't worry about that, try not to judge it too much because I know what you guys are like and you're going to moan about the plasterboard, but yeah, stop moaning. Bath going in today and then we got a core out for the soil stack, but it is chucking it down outside. So if it doesn't calm down with the rain, I won't be going outside. Might get the coring done, but I definitely won't be going outside unless it stops raining. But we'll see how we get on. Got enough to do this morning with the bath. I'm going to show you how I make up the bath. We've got the taps going at the back end, so we're going to have to get some flexes to come round underneath the bath. One thing I'm a little bit worried about, and I didn't take into account last week when I was first fixing the bath, whether the legs might hit them pipes there, which I'm a bit worried about. But if they do, we'll have to address that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't. So making up the bath, I like to get everything set out and organised so I know exactly what's to go where. So I've got my two bars on the floor down there, which are going to screw to the bottom of the bath with these screws here. Always use the screws that come with it because the last thing you want to do is drill through there through the bath. It's easily done. I've done it myself and I've seen people do it and I've seen people try to cover it up and it don't work. It just leaks through. So just do it right the first time. So with all that laid out and ready to go, I'm going to go get my drill, get them bars on there and get our feet into place. Right, so what I've done there is measure my bath panel, and off this timber is about level with the underneath side of the bath, so I'm 51.5 centimetres. So from there to the bottom of the feet is 51.5. And then what I've done is measured from the plate to the bottom of the feet, which gives me just over 12 centimetres. So what I'm doing then is putting top of my bracket, top of my bolt to the bottom of my feet, just over 12 centimetres. So if I do that for all of them, they'll all be roughly right. And then once I get it into place, I can adjust the level depending on how out of level the floor is. But it gives me somewhere near. So a little bit of a tip for you, for any new starters about how you go about levelling your bath off and fitting your bath. That was eventful. Typical, didn't get it on for camera. I just had to cut these pipes down a little bit because they were too high for the bottom of the bath. I've also had to, it's about 10 mil out of long enough basically between wall to wall, so I've just cut the plasterboard and we'll have to fill that with something. Luckily the shower's at this end, I don't have to chase in this end, so that's all good. Right, so with the bath in now, start levelling it out. I suppose let's get a towel out just to dry that up. So, I'm gonna get all levelled out, but basically how I do it is I will level my front off first, which at the moment we're well out of level. So we'll have to pop this side up and make sure we've still got 51.5 centimetres to the underside of the bath from the floor. And then once I'm happy that I've got that there, what I do is I tighten this front side up and then I level my back side off. That sounded so wrong. Level the back end of the bath off and then make sure everywhere else is level. It can be a bit of a tedious job to do, but it's got to be done. It's just a bit of a back and forth. I won't put you through the pain of watching me do that. I'll catch up with you shortly once I've levelled it all off. So after you've levelled all your bath off, I've put a batten at the back. I'm not putting battens at the sides, one because I've chased it into the wall there, but two, over here. On this bath it comes with these feet that support the front edge, so there's no need to put a batten across the sides. That'll support the front edge. So what I've done, I've marked up for my bath. I haven't took the plastic sheet off yet, just because I've still got to cut out. So a little bit of a tip for you, I've showed you this many times before, is to go through first with your pilot bit, not on hammer. That way. Like so. And then put your hole saw on. You want to get it as tight as possible to the threads of the bath tap. And then you can put your pilot hole straight in. There's no need to, if you're going like there, you're messing around trying to mark, make sure you're on the centre mark. There, I know, perfect, I'm on my centre mark. I can go straight away then. There we go, I've got a nice and neat hole. So I'll do it again on that pencil mark there, and we'll be good to go. I've moved these taps slightly further forward because with it being at the back, I don't really like putting it at the back. Once the bath's in, I can't take the taps back out to seal back, up to the tiles, so I'm going to have to try seal behind the tiles with the taps in place. That's why I've pulled it forward slightly. Just a little bit of a tip for you. So now with the bath taps in place, we've got some metre long flexes which will go straight under the bath, and we can tighten onto our tighten our compression onto our hot and cold feeds once the bath's in place. Always make sure you remove the plastic film from around the edge, because I know we've all done it. It's a schoolboy error. It's an easy mistake to make. Fit the bath, and then you realise, oh, I forgot to bloody put the pull the plastic film off, and then you got to take the bath back out and do it again. I do it all the time. The one where I do it most is on the overflow. I always forget to take the overflow off. So before I put the bath in, I'm gonna do it now, just so I can't forget. That'll do. And then same with where the plug goes. There we go. So what we'll do, we'll lift the bath in place, get it in. What we're going to do is we're going to actually fix it up and get the water on to the taps. We can pull it out slightly, make sure we've got no leaks here, and then we're going to run some silicone along the back and get it stuck back to the wall and shoved into place. So with them all connected onto there now, I'm just gonna we'll pull the bath forward. What I'll do is I'll reach round, just double check our nuts. All bone dry. So what we'll do now is push it back into place, make sure we're 100% level, we're happy with everything, get silicone along that back edge and round here, and then once it's in place we can seal to the wall, and then the tiler can tile down to it, and then we'll seal again. So it's got a couple of barriers of seal. Make sure nothing's leaking here. All looks okay. Just double check it all before we stick it back, because last thing we want to do is stick it back and realise there's a leak and we've got to take it back out again. So always double check, triple check, quadruple check if you've got to, if you want to be sure, because last thing you want to do is start doing things twice. So with the bath in place now, we're going to move over to fit in the waste. It doesn't look like a too bad waste to say it's from Victoria Plumbing. I've seen a lot worse, believe me. So it's a twisty waste, whatever you want to, I can't remember the actual pop-up waste, where you've got the overflow, you twist that and it pops the plug up. So these are probably, in my opinion, the best washers if it was from anywhere else other than Victoria Plumbing. So usually when it's a washer like this, where it lips into the actual bath itself, I don't put any silicone on. But with it being from Victoria Plumbing, I'm just going to cover myself a little bit, just because I don't want it to come back and bite me. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of silicone along the bottom or top of the waste, and I'm also going to put some on the face of the washer for the overflow. Get that in place, tightened up, and then we can look at getting the waste done. We've got the waste coming through at a bit of a dodgy angle here, so what we'd probably do is cut that back and 45 it back level, and get it, well, not level, as low as we can, so we get a fall back to the bath trap. So waste is all in now. So if you don't know how these work, basically you've got the handle here which twists around. You've got your plug which just slots in there, but it has a metal bar which you need to adjust to length. That pops in, and as you twist that way, your button comes up, it goes down, up and down. And basically all that is a cable, a bit like on a bike. As you twist it or pull the handle, it pulls the cable and it pulls the lever up and down as you want. So they can be a bit temperamental. I'm not a lover of these, to be honest. They do go, after years of being twisted and people twisting it too much, especially kids, it ends up coming loose. That's why on this is a bit different, but on a normal bath where the plug might be at the back, on a straight bath, I would always try if possible, put the waste at the front, because it's easier to get to, because it eventually will go. Sometimes you can't because of how the bath's shaped. It has to go on the back wall, and it's annoying. And when it is like that, I would tend to advise a customer not to go for one of them ones and go for a push waste, basically, or plug and chain. But hopefully, touch wood, everything should be okay. So, like I said, we're going to get the bath trap in now and pipe up the waste, and then we just need to silicone up around the edges, and I think it's just about stopping raining. I don't know if I can be bothered, to be honest. I'm kind of losing motivation again, getting into one of them ruts like I've been in before. Nothing causing it as such, but just energy. I think being a dad to 4 twins, it can be a bit tiring. And I know there's other people out there that probably don't have kids and they probably will get tired as well, and everyone's got their own excuses why they get tired and why they can't be bothered with work. But at the moment, for me, the twins aren't sleeping very good, so I'm knackered and it's falling on work, and I'm falling behind with work, and yeah, headache of being self-employed, I suppose. But enough of me babbling and getting all deep into it. Let's just crack on and get this bath finished, and we'll see if we can do the waste as well. Right, so we're just outside now with the bath all done. We're going to move on to the soil stack. We've cored the inside layer. We need to core the outside with a 6-inch, because we're going to be using the pipe snug going through the wall. But if you can just see up there where the brick's blown, just above where the T goes through, that's where it's going. It's going is the coring, the 6-inch hole, so I need to remove the soil stack. A little tip for you, what I do is cut a square out, put a towel down there, and that way when I'm removing anything from above, I know nothing's going to fall down and fall into the stack and potentially cause a blockage. Because last thing you want to do is cause a blockage. I've seen it, it's awful. I've seen toilets overflow and flood through people's kitchens because builders, when they're doing a lock conversion, have let rubble go down the stack, and it causes a blockage, and it just builds up over time full of number 1s and number 2s. So yeah, not a very nice sight to go to. We'll crack on, get this removed. Hopefully it comes out nice and easy. Great, just started absolutely pouring it down, so I'm going to call it a day out here. I've got the stack down, bit of a change of plan. We're not going to be using the pipe snug anymore. The bricks were too close and they were all blown, they were knackered, so we're going to put a T in there, and then we're going to brick up round it. It's one of those, it don't look as neat, but customers will be happy with it. All day, well not all day, till about 1 o'clock. From about 1 o'clock it's not been raining, it's been alright. Just got started, absolutely pissing it down now. So stack's out, pipes through the wall. Tyler's starting tomorrow, so Tyler can work with that, and I can just do this another day. I don't need to do this today. I don't like working in rain. I'm a fair weather plumber. I only work in sunshine. So yeah, we'll probably get all this put away, tidy up, and head back inside and prep up for the Tyler tomorrow. It's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Probably get back in this week to come finish doing the stack, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but these things happen. You can't help Mother Nature. Right, we're back again this morning at this soil stack, which got rained off yesterday. So we're gonna get all put into place, bricked up, and job done outside. Danny's here doing the tiling at the moment, so we'll leave him be upstairs. We won't disturb him. Need to get him done as quick as possible. What we're doing is connecting onto the 4-inch at the bottom there, So we've got this rubber coil, which basically has got 2 Jubilee clips, goes straight over there, and you can tighten that up as tight as possible to make the seal. What we'll do is push that all the way down. We've measured our length from the top of the cast to the bottom of the stack, which is 290. So we'll cut our pipe 290, get that in place, and then we can worry about up there, because I think we're going to have to cut a bit of the fascia board out to manage to get the 4-inch through there, because I think the bit going through the roof was actually 3-inch. Luckily it's got a rubber coil instead of a lead coil at the top, so we might be able to just cut the rubber coil just to slide it through. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that all goes to plan. So yeah, we'll crack on and get this done, and then we're going to have to shoot to the brickyard and match these bricks up as best as possible. So these collars, basically, they're slip collar, so you can slide it up and down. So what I've done in there is just drop my stack into place. So it's about half and half, about there I reckon. And then just give it a tighten up. You've got to make sure you get this as tight as possible, because it is a rubber seal. You can buy, say, a nut spinner to tighten it up. It might be a little bit easier, but I don't have that size, unfortunately. A flat screwdriver does the job, if not. Right, so that's in. What we'll do now is put a couple of clips on there, and then we can start on the top piece and get it through the fascia board. Right, so with that all in place, looking smart, just got a brick up there, so I need to shoot to brick merchants and match these bricks up as best as possible, just standard reds I think. And then I'm just going to shoot up the ladder now and put a bit of silicone around where the flue goes through the fascia board. Bit of white, forever white, should do the job. And then we're all done outside.